DJ, just what's it been like getting here and getting used to a new team?
It comes with this little, little adjustments that you have to make. Going to meet new people, but I've enjoyed it. I love the town of Lawrence, and I love my teammates, and I love the standard. Abiding by the standard has made everyone better, including me. But no, I can't even have nothing negative to say. I've enjoyed the whole process, and I'm just so excited to, be around them more and get to know my guys more.
What was it about KU that made it the right place for you?
Number one, the coaches, and I'd have to say I've been a KU basketball fan my entire life. So, being able to go to some hoop games, but no, honestly, coaches have been number one. Coach Shelby, getting and talking X's and O's with Coach Shelby, and then Coach McDonald. It was a no-brainer. And then, like I said, just reverting back to the standard, like and holding an actual high standard. Not just for the third string or the walk-on, but not the star player or the second string. Everybody's held to the same standard, and that standard's high.
You come in and you're automatically one of the most experienced players on the defense, even not just in your. What's that been like, especially as someone new to kind of have to take on a role as one of the older leadership guys?
Yeah, I've never been a guy to keep my the wisdom that I've learned over the years to myself. So I make it. I stress to myself and stress to other dudes to try to speak game to those dudes and point out stuff that I've seen in my experience. So a mistake that I made in the past, try to tell them this is the way to do it, or try this certain technique because it's helped me, and me doing that's helped me be successful.
DJ, you used to be a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
What's the transition been like to corner, and then has that helped you since you used to be a receiver?
Oh yeah, always. I played receiver and corner my entire life. In high school, I played both ways. Pretty much my whole career. So being on the defensive side, using seeing splits, mannerisms, certain break points, the top of the route, that kind of stuff for sure. But and also, like I said, going back to this question. I try to tell the other guys, like, hey, man, I've been a receiver, so I kind of know what they're trying to set this up to do this, or they're trying to do this to do that. So, 100%.
What do you remember about the pick against Nebraska?
Yeah. What do I remember? Oh man. It was kind of just I couldn't hear anything. Everything went in slow motion. And, it was kind of just see ball, get ball, It didn't really hit until, I got up and, you hear the crowd noise. And I just remember seeing this specific dude. He stared at me, he pointed at me, and I was like, yeah, it was crazy. That's all I got to say. It was a crazy moment, and, that was probably a crazy couple of months for sure to follow.
How often do you see that clip, or how often are people
Man,
sending it to you?
that's like they know that clip more than they know my name. So, I kind of have to deal with that. But, yeah, that's the number one thing they bring up. Or, my teammates, they find out that was me. I'm like, bro, that was you? I'm like, yeah, that was me. But,
DJ,
yeah.
you're new to the program, but there's a lot of wide receivers who are new, and you're going to get against them in practice. What have you seen from them? Who stands out?
Two, man. I mean, that dude, he's probably one of the fastest receivers I've ever guarded. He's explosive, but, not only is he fast, but he's quick. Keaton also, number 3, he's, I like how shifty he is. He knows how to manipulate and use his body language and, speed you up or speed you down. So, I think we're going to be great. Our receiver core is going to be great and they're going to keep getting better, but we have a lot of talent on that side of the ball.
How helpful can it be for you that you've played in the Big 12 before and seen a lot of those kinds of teams?
You know what Big 12 ball is, man. They love to throw the ball. So I know I'm going to get plenty of action, which is what I signed up for and what I'm excited about. The refs are a little touchy with that handkerchief sometimes. But, that's Big 12 ball, and, it's some of the most exciting football in the country. So, you can't complain with it, but glad to be back home.
At Oklahoma, you're at least a little familiar with Kansas. What was your opinion of KU then, and how has it changed?
Man, we used to see KU and just, it's KU, right? So it's so impressive to, a couple of years back and now, the whole transformation, man. And you could tell it's just completely different, And I never thought in a million years I'd be at Kansas University for football. So just to see that is incredible, you know. And like I said, yeah, a couple of years back it was, you know, that was an automatic W. But now, you know, you can't just scoff at KU anymore.
What are some differences that you've noticed between before and now?
Like with the
Between KU as a program?
I got to revert back to the standard. A huge standard. You know, obviously I didn't go to KU before now, but, you know, from the outside looking in, just playing them, you kind of tell that there really wasn't a standard as much. You know, they had players, they had guys, but they never could really put it together. I remember seeing Jaden Daniels way back in 2020, knowing that he was a dude, and, you know, but, you know, the team, you could tell the standard, they really weren't together. There was something missing, and I feel like that missing piece was the standard, which we have now.
Anything else for DJ?